Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Kiniflash. PKR President Anwar Ibrahim believes that the promised transition of power between Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and himself will proceed as planned, despite some wanting to supersede him. In an interview with Turkish state broadcaster TRT World, the PKR president was asked about his deputy Azmin Ali purportedly wanting to become the next Prime Minister. Anwar replied that it was not a crime for anyone to aspire to become the Prime Minister, but he has to enjoy the support of the majority, and until the meeting last week among many party leaders, there is no consideration of any other name. He added that people can dream, can aspire, but that does not mean you are going to shake or scuttle the process. In recent weeks, Azmin has been named as being part of a plot to form a new government. He had also publicly supported Dr. Mahathir for a full term and labelled those who attempted to reshuffle the administration within the 5 years as a, quote, backdoor government. Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has expressed disappointment with the accusations of racism levelled against the Malay Dignity Congress. In a blog posting today, he said it hurt him to think that the indigenous people in their own country are not supposed to have their own gatherings without being accused of being racist. He added that he had attended the Congress on Malay Dignity because he is a Malay, and that as usual there were extreme views, but on the whole they were balanced. Speaking of the Congress, the Malay Dignity Congress Chief Executive Secretary Zainal Kling was questioned by police this afternoon. Zainal was questioned for 2 hours in regards to the fiery speech he made at the Congress early this month. Zainal refused to address the media and left straight away. Addressing the reporters later, Zainal's lawyer Muhammad Hisham Marzuki said Zainal and Hashim Ismail, the event organizer, had given full cooperation to the police.
Kami telah pihak-pihak telah memberikan kerjasama yang penuh kepada pihak polis di dalam merakam percakapan di bawah Seksyen 112 Kanun Criminal Procedure Code. Okey. Jadi proses berlangsung selama 2 jam, okey, dan proses telah diambil oleh pihak IO yang terlibat.
Police dispersed a protest of around 30 students in front of the gates of University Malaya this afternoon. The protest was held to show solidarity with the University Vice-Chancellor Abdul Rahim Hashim. The rally, which started at about 2 p.m, was organized in response to the action of the graduate Wong Yen Ke, who staged a protest against the VC during the convocation ceremony earlier this month. A female student association leader was detained, and authorities also seized a portable radio system that was being used by the speakers to deliver speeches during the rally.
Hidup Islam! Hidup Islam! Bangkit, bangkit! Bangkit, bangkit! Mahasiswa! Mahasiswa!
Arahan saya suraikan semua sekali. Arahan saya suraikan semua sekali.
Kami janji.
Arahan saya suraikan semua sekali.
Ya, kami janji.
Okey, suraikan. Okey.
Past Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man has called for the DAP to be banned, citing the party's involvement in a number of controversies. In a statement today, Tuan Ibrahim claimed that the party's agenda is detrimental to the nation. He pointed out that 2 DAP State Assembly persons were detained as part of investigations into the revival of the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam terrorist activities, and quoted the police as saying that the arrests were made based on solid evidence. He said this indicated the arrest of DAP leaders associated with the LTTE is not a political move, but was done in the best interests of the country. Tuan Ibrahim also argued his point based on the banning of former DAP activist Hugh Kwan Yeo's comic book, and cited the Home Ministry's statement on the ban. A DAP lawmaker has urged the police to release those detained under the Security Offences Special Measures Act 2012 or SOSMA for their alleged links to the defunct Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Batukawan MP Kasturi Pato called upon the authorities to charge the detainees in an open court or to release them before Deepavali. In a statement today, she said that there are other criminal laws and acts that the men can be tried under, but to use SOSMA on them was simply unacceptable and is an infringement to their fundamental rights and liberties. Among the 12 arrested under SOSMA, 4 of them are from the DAP. Earlier this week, Inspector General of Police Abdul Hamid Badr said that the investigations were, quote, speeding up, but could not promise any releases before this Sunday, stressing that the arrests had been done on the grounds of, quote, national security. Now we take a look at international headlines. Police were given some more time on Thursday to question a driver who was arrested on suspicion of murder after 39 people, believed to be Chinese nationals, were found dead in a refrigerated truck near London, with the investigation focusing on human trafficking. The 39 people found dead in a refrigerated truck near London are believed to be Chinese nationals. Police were given more time to question a driver who was arrested on suspicion of murder, with the investigation focusing on human trafficking. The magistrate has granted permission for police to detain the 25-year-old driver for an additional 24 hours on Thursday. Paramedics and police found the bodies of 31 men and 8 women on Wednesday in a truck container at an industrial estate about 30 kilometers east of London. The National Crime Agency, which targets serious and organized crime, said that it was helping the investigation and working urgently to identify any gangs involved. For years, illegal immigrants have attempted to reach Britain stowed away in trucks, often from the European mainland. In the year 2000, 58 Chinese people were found dead in a tomato truck at the port of Dover. A wind-driven wildfire forced around 2,000 people to flee their homes in Northern California's Wine County on Thursday. Large parts of the state are under red flag alerts this week following forecasts of hot, dry winds blowing into populated areas from deserts to the east. A wind-driven wildfire forced thousands of people to flee their homes in Sonoma County, Northern California on Thursday. Fire officials said that the fire erupted near the base of a damaged high-voltage transmission tower owned by the Pacific Gas and Electric Company. The company acknowledged in an electric safety incident report to the California Public Utilities Commission that one of its power lines malfunctioned at about the time and location of the fire's origin on Wednesday night. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection said that the cause is being investigated, taking note of the same place and time of origin for the fire as the tower incident reported by PG&E. They said that by Thursday, the Sonoma County blaze had scorched about 10,000 acres. No injuries have been reported. In a statement, PG&E said that they had shut down some electric distribution wires in the area as a precaution against dangerously high winds at the time, but high-voltage transmission lines such as that in question were left on as they were deemed durable enough for the forecast conditions. Now, before we wrap up, here are some other news highlights from today. And that's all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen. For more stories, log on to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Dailymotion, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news. I'm Daniel Anthony. Thank you for watching. Happy Diwali and have a great weekend.